Hey besties, it's Rosie. Got a little love message for you today. These are my favorites. Let's get into it. Bestie, Spirit is showing me that the way is being cleared right now. I don't know yet what the ETA on the arrival of this is, but there is a very special fated meeting that Spirit is orchestrating between two counterparts. So I'm not sure which one of these you will identify with. So they were showing me that one of these characters, both of these characters are like hybrids, okay? Like normally there would be like one archetype that you predominantly embody, but the characters that they're giving me, they each embody two. They're like a hybrid of sorts. So the first character we have is a cross between a healer and a goddess. So this would most likely be the divine feminine in this connection, but not necessarily. And the other character, which would most likely be the divine masculine, is a cross between the fallen hero, which would be like someone who either in this lifetimes and others had some kind of like war ties, military ties possibly, and the bard. So this is a person who also has like a musical talent, or they're just really good at storytelling regardless. So that's a very interesting mixture. So I'm excited to see what Spirit has planned for these two. Six of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. All right, bestie. There's something about the unique distribution of these energies that when put together, the weight is perfectly distributed. Like if you were to look at these two characters on their own, most people would not think that they went together. But Spirit like has a vision for this. They're like, no, this is like perfect. I'm seeing that both of you kind of have this like, well, actually, hold on. Let me confirm that it's both of you and not just one. Yes. Okay. I love this. This is such a fun energy to read. Okay. Both of you have this very creative ability, but it's like you're creating from a place of like childlike wonder. You know what I mean? Like you both have such an innocence and curiosity about you that when you guys come together, your inner child, both of you, feels extremely held, safe, and healed. They feel very free to be playful and create and like co-create in a way that you would as children. And I don't think that this is like a childish connection. I don't think that there's like a lot of immaturity here, but there's something about the both of you when you come together that your inner child feels so safe to just like be silly. And I think like that's one of the marks of being in a connection with a true divine masculine. Like if you feel safe enough as a feminine to just be kind of like silly and playful, just to kind of revert back to that little girl self, not saying you should stay there, but like if you feel safe enough to tap into that part of you, that's a really good indication that like the man that you're associating with or the masculine you're associating with has put you in this energy where you feel safe and protected enough to be in that part of yourself. Yeah, bestie. And I'm seeing that that's something that you haven't experienced much of, maybe not even in your family of origin. I'm seeing that for you, this energy is something that's like much needed because you're so defensive and guarded all the time. Like you've had experiences that have made you incredibly defensive and guarded. And there's something about this person that just like takes you out of your head and puts you back in your body in a way that just allows you to be free. I'm seeing like people blowing bubbles and like drawing with like sidewalk chalk. I like this energy, bestie. All right, Spirit, what else about these people? Okay, there's some weird backstory going on. I don't really want to get into that though. That seems chaotic. Spirit, what do you want my collective to know about this? Bestie, I think like one of my mom's hairs was on my tarot card just now. She's a blonde, so it's obviously not my hair, so that's a sync for somebody for sure. So that's not like a great omen for me. That tells me that like someone is meddling in my affairs. Yeah, bestie. Okay. For some of you, you could have a mother figure. It doesn't have to be a mother, but that's obviously a synchronicity since I just said that. But you could have a woman in your life or a feminine in your life who feels some type of way about this connection. And for a lot of you, this could be a mother figure, because if you have struggled with feeling safe in this way, it's likely because your parents didn't really do like the job that they were supposed to, and they didn't really provide this safe environment for you. So seeing you in this very relaxed, open, receptive, happy, joyful, carefree energy might be triggering to someone who worked very hard to put you in survival mode for the majority of your life. So just be aware of that. Bestie, Spirit wants you to know, though, that like, even though there might be dissenters, it doesn't mean that this is wrong. Like, this is going to feel right to you, and you have to trust that. Even if everything else around you, it has something to say about this, they might be like, oh, well, you need to look at this more closely. You need to blah, blah, blah. Like, tell them to be quiet, okay? Just drown that out. Don't worry about it. Because if you really listen to what everyone around you is saying, and you don't pay attention to the motives and the intention behind it, or where they're getting their intel, this could throw you off track. It could put you in your head. You might really start like second guessing this, but I want you to really trust how you feel around this person, not how you feel about what everyone is saying about them, okay? You have been working very hard to get in touch with your intuition so you can trust it. You're at this place where you can trust how you feel, okay? Maybe in the past, maybe in your childhood, maybe growing up, maybe in past relationships, your emotions weren't always a wise guide, but that's because you had so much fear in your system that your emotions were being manufactured from a place of fear instead of a place of security. This person is going to make you feel secure and allow you to be able to tap into that part of yourself where you can listen to your intuition from a calm, balanced place. And it's not just speaking fearful thoughts. Hopefully by now you can differentiate between the voice of fear and the voice of intuition. And if you struggle with that still, I found that, I don't know if this is true in every single instance, but one thing that does seem to ring true for me most of the time is that your intuition will sound very calm. And fear or your ego will sound frantic, and it will make you feel like that there's something urgent that you need to do now. Whereas intuition is just kind of like a quiet knowing. So if you're hearing that like fearful, urgent voice crop up, it's probably the voice of these other people getting in your head, bestie. So clear your energy. Stay in tune with your own. Spirit, is there anything else that you're telling me to look at the cards that I discarded earlier? Bestie, the models for relationships around you could have a theme of like the feminine being kind of like the more playful one, and the masculine being like the one who holds it all together. And there could be distortions in this energy, and that dynamic might have shaped the people around you, shaped their ideas about what relationships should look like. So maybe this masculine coming towards you, if you're the feminine that I'm speaking to, maybe if they don't seem as stable on the surface is what these other people around you think that like a masculine should look like, that could be influencing like this opinion that they have. But having a lot of money doesn't equal stability. You know what I mean? Like there are a lot of other things that comprise stability, and emotional safety is probably the biggest one out of all of them. So if this person makes you feel emotionally safe, I want you to know that whatever's going on with the pentacles on the surface isn't really that important, because if the emotion is there, the outward reality will accommodate a path forward with them if that is what you so choose. I love you, bestie.